Hello, Internet. Welcome to what will be the first upload for, well, I guess my first upload ever on YouTube. This is what is going to be a team breakdown for an online Pokemon Draft League called the PWC. The PWC is a Discord draft league. We get to draft up to 11 Pokemon. There are a whopping 5 divisions, which is the biggest draft league I've ever been a part of. 4 Showdown and a Wi-Fi division. We are in what is called the Origin division, which is considered the bottom division. We actually already recorded and played our week 1 battle against Chef Attila. You'll guys see that probably later after this is uploaded. But let's get right into it. Oh boy, forgot to interact. There we go. So we each start with a Terra Captain that we have to bring to every game. And for my Terra Captain, I chose Colossal. The thing about our Terra Captain is it has to be 6 points or less. So, personally, I didn't like many of the Terra Captain options. The other one I was thinking about was M5, and it was Lapras, and that was the first Pokemon taken. So, I ended up going with my backup option, which is Colossal. There's just a lot of fun to be had with Steam Engine, of course, and it gets a lot of support options. And even outside of Steam Engine, it has good defensive stats that we can tear out of, so it's not Rock Fire being quad weak to water and ground. I've used this once before. And I actually debated using this. I know it was my second option, but it was in the lead of other options with Glaceon and Regice that I was going to core with Glowking down here. But I ended up going with Colossal. So our next Pokemon is Galarian Slowking, one of the best Pokemon in Draft. Everybody wants it. This is actually my first time getting it, using it. This was, I think, my round 2 pick. I was 3rd from the bottom, and it's a snake draft, so I went 16th, so I'm at 14th or 13th, and I was able to snag this. And it's a good bulky mon. This was, well, I won't give you any spoilers for the battle against Attila, but I've never used it. I don't know what to do with it, other than click Chilly Perception and pivot into the other member of our team here, Excalibur. This thing goes nuts. It has 2 good abilities. I'm not 100% sure of what Thermal Exchange does. I think it just makes me more resistant to fire moves. There's probably some benefit. And then it also gets Ice Body, so also it gets the defense boost from the Chilly Reception from Glowking. As you see, we got Galzailer. Glaive Rush, of course, always goes crazy. It's got Choice Bands, Scarf Sets. This is another Pokemon I've not used in Draft before, and I am looking forward to using it. We're going to go to our 3rd team member here. We have Ingrid, named after Ingrid from Fire Emblem 3 Houses, because it's in the sky or something like that. Yeah. This is another Pokemon that's considered really good in Draft. This is actually my 2nd time using it. The 2nd time I've used it since 2020, I think was the last time I got to use it. So it's been a good 4 years from when I'm recording this that I've used sorry, Tornadus before, and as you can see, it's going to fit it to a regenerator core we have, because I want it to be really annoying. I've actually been playing draft for about almost 10 years now, and I've yet to win a draft league, so we're hoping this will be the first. And maybe I used Torn, like I said, I used Torn before I actually got back into draft league in 2020. I took a brief break for about 5 years, and I got back into it. So maybe one of the first Pokemon on my first drafts when I got back into draft. This is going to be really confusing to say, and probably even more confusing to hear, but one of the Pokemon that was on my first draft team getting back into Pokemon will bring me my first draft league win. With that being said, we have Alomomola, which is also a Pokemon I have used once or twice. I feel like this is a Pokemon I've used a lot, but I cannot remember ever using it. It has good HP and Regenerator, so Wish Pass, Wish Pass, Wish Pass. We are allowed to Baton Pass sub in this league, so I probably will be Baton Passing sub. I also know this thing has Assault Vest, and I think this thing even has some Choice Band sets? Don't quote me on that. If it does, it's not good. But, we're just gonna be looking to have a lot of fun. I don't know how tryhardy I'm gonna be during this season. But Alomomola, used it once or twice. And his name is Jim. So, yeah. We're gonna go to our next one. We have one. Cobalion. This is also a Pokemon I've only used once. I don't know what all there is to say about Cobalion. It's fast, you can be physical, you can be special, it has good defensive stats, pretty decent defensive typing. Actually, I think the reason I drafted this was for its defensive capabilities and its typing. Because our upper mons struggle with, especially Bax here, struggles with fairies. Of course, we got Glowking for that. I don't remember why I drafted it, I just know I had a good reason. My mind is all over the place. Kind of new to this whole recording thing, but it's a good one. We'll get use its versatility sets. It is 10 points, which I thought was kind of a steal for Cobalion. Looking forward to using it. And our next Pokemon here, we have Landward, our Toedscruel. This is a Pokemon I have used probably too much. For it being as good as it is, I've drafted and used it a lot. I really like this Pokemon. I like its typing. Mycelium Might does hold it back. I wish it got a hidden ability or something. But it is more than just being able to bypass abilities and use its status moves. It is fast. Its special attack's decent. I think it's base 80. I'm gonna try not to click out of this screen. Oh, excuse me. But I have used this Pokemon a couple times. It gets some okay coverage options. Looks like he's waving hey also, so say hey to Landward. I'm just looking forward to use it. I like this mon. It's a good mon. And we're gonna move on to... Oh snap, he's Mega Manectric. This is 7 points in what is up to 19 points. Which is, in my opinion, kind of insane. Mega Manectric's a good mon, base 135. I think it's base 135 special attack and 130 speed, something around there. It's not bulky, but it gets Intimidate. It gets some powerful coverage options. It's not allowed hidden power, but you know, it's just, it's Mega Manectric. You know, it gets Lightning Rod before Mega Evolving, so if we can swap it into an electric move, we get a nice special attack boost, which will be useful for, you know, it being a special attacker, of course. But yeah, Mega Man, It's just fast. I needed some speed. We're kind of lacking for speed outside of Torn and Cobalion. We didn't have anything else above 110. So, yeah, it also gets Intimidate, like I said. Just good. We're going to move on to one of our late additions to the team. I actually picked this up during Grace Period, which is Oracle, our Umbreon. I just noticed I needed a good Dark-type wall, and my Dark before this was Malamar. I actually swapped this and another Pokemon, which we haven't got to, but there's only 2 left, so get your pets in now to what it was. Swapped this and that Pokemon. I picked that up for Talonflame and Malamar. And I really just decided I wanted a bulky Dark-type Pokemon to be able to swap into Psychics and Ghosts for Glowking. So, Umbreon fits the bill. This is a Pokemon I have in another draft league, my own draft league, the DPL. And it's doing well for me there. There's not much to say other than it's fat. It's another good Wish Passer. I think I even brought Stored Power on this thing once before, and there's not much to say about Umbreon because it really doesn't do anything other than sit there and be fat. So, we have a Pokemon I have actually never used before. We have So Cool Mimikyu. Mimikyu, I hope you guys can hear me above the music, because if not, then I'll have to re-record this without the music, which would be unfortunate, but it's high stats special defense, which I did not know before this. But it is a fairy and a ghost, and it gets Swords Dance and of course Disguise. Most people know what Mimikyu does. I don't really know how to talk about Mimikyu. I've never used it before. Looking forward to using it. Always wanted to, but never fit it into a draft plan, especially after the nerf to Disguise. Just hard to fit in over other ghosts. But I needed a ghost and a fairy, and everybody likes Mimikyu. We get into the last member of the team, the other trade that I picked up. So if you guessed Arctivish, you were correct. We have Mascot. The reason it's Mascot is because our team name is Vish City, based on Dracovish, not Arctivish. I would put the logo up, but I don't know how to edit. And that may be something we discover in the future. I may change my logo or YouTube profile picture to the Vish City logo so you can see it. It's rather silly, but I'm losing track. Arctivish. It abuses the snow from Glowking, and clicks Vicious Rend. Doesn't really do much else. It has decent stats. Its coverage is okay. I personally wanted to go with Alolan Sandslash over this because Sandslash gets Rapid Spin and more coverage options, but I was convinced by a coach in another division, Cadillacs, to pick up Arctivish, and I like this one. Anyway, I like it more than Sandslash at least. And it looks ridiculous, and I love ridiculous looking Pokemon, as you can tell. I mean, look at Toedscruel. Is anybody taking him seriously? No, not at all. And that is the draft. So I'm gonna try to upload every single battle. If we make playoffs, we'll upload those. I will upload, like I said, I already recorded the battle against my week 1 opponent, Chef Attila. And as you can see, there's a spoiler for what the team was. But yeah, this is going to be all. Oh, sorry. This is going to be all. Stick with me through this. We are going to try to pick up my first draft league victory. So I will see you guys in week 1, I guess. The next time I will be recording will be week 2. Till then,